We welcome you into this world. If you want to call us, 877-77-BOBBY, 877-77-BOBBY. Let's do the news.
Bobby's Big
Story.
Let's start with Lady Gaga's dogs. They were returned. I'm going to play a clip here from CBS Los Angeles. The LAPD confirmed the woman brought the dogs to police station around 6 p.m. Here's a clip.
LAPD says Friday evening a woman brought the pets to LAPD's Olympic Station in Koreatown. We've learned a rep for Lady Gaga went to the precinct and confirmed that they were her dogs. LAPD won't say much about the circumstances surrounding their return, but they are looking into if the attack and theft were random or targeted.
She offered $500,000 for the reward. She said she's going to give it to this person.
Wow.
If I were a random person and I wasn't super tuned into what was happening on TMZ, Lady Gaga, the dogs, and I saw 2 dogs tied up, I don't think I'd take them to a police station. Like, a little bit of me smells a rat.
Yeah, I mean, I can't wait till we hear more about this story because it's still so crazy to me that this happened.
It's only a slight rat. Like, I still have faith that everything's on the up and up.
Yeah.
But I would go, you found these 2 dogs tied to a pole and you thought you'd take them to the police station, not the pound, not a rescue. No, I wonder what's happening there.
Yeah, very interesting.
I would still put the odds on it being legit, but a little bit of me would have one eye open. But, because that's some heavy money involved, too. $500,000?
Oh, it's tons.
Like, if you stole those dogs and then realized, oh, boy, $500,000, why don't we get Sean's cousins? You could just do it a couple layers away. Not saying that's what happened, but I'm just glad the dogs are back. And the guy, Ryan Fisher, the dog walker, is going to make a full recovery. Imagine that. You're out walking dogs, somebody attacks you and shoots you. Shoot you. For dogs. And how about this guy getting a little bit of cash? We're getting $500,000 to the dog walker.
I'm
to
sure
the dogs.
she'll
Yeah.
take care of him.
How about a little suffering cash? Come on, you got to get shot in the stomach for 2 dogs. Let's compensate him. Let's do some more news.
Bobby's Other Big
Story.
Here are your Golden Globe winners, some of them. For Best Drama Series, The Crown. That one's tough for me. I liked the first couple seasons, but then it's just so slow.
Oh, I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, Caitlin likes it too. The Crown rocked it. Best Actress, Best Actor, Best Musical or Comedy Series went to S Creek. It's a good show. It's a really good show. I think, too, the fact that it ended, that helps win awards. It's almost like when you end, it's like a tribute to, here is an award for all that you've done. Jason Sudeikis won for Ted Lasso, Best Actor, Musical or Comedy, which is really good. Some people are wondering if he maybe had smoked a little something before his acceptance speech.
Oh, did he look a little high?
He was in a hoodie. And, again, most of them were virtual because the pandemic, but here's a clip.
Yeah, I mean, I'd say that. I mean, that's nuts. I mean, that's nuts. Especially that's crazy. Okay, all right. I want to give this a shout out to all the people I get to act with on this show because they're incredible. And so I appreciate everybody looking out. And Don's right. I got to wrap this puppy up. You know, never been my forte.
So congratulations. Best animated film went to Soul, which was really good too. So those are just some of yours. I did see the girl won for the Queen's Gambit.
Oh, that's
cool.
awesome.
And I don't think they're doing the Queen's Gambit 2 now. How they were talking about it, she was like, man, I would do this series again. Because it won for, like, event. But I thought they'd bring it back for a Queen's Gambit Part 2.
That'd be cool.
Let's do one more set of news, and it's in sports news. And obviously, I'm a diehard sports fan. But this one is Eddie. Eddie's kids won their only first ever basketball game. It was the final game of the season, which makes a record.
1-9.
Oh,
yes.
At least they could go out with a win.
Oh, yeah, we'll give you a small clap.
Thank you.
Yes, that is great.
I mean, I didn't do anything. It was all them, so congratulations to them. They killed it. The whole team, the coach, everyone.
How much money did you give your kids for winning?
Ooh, it was almost about $40, guys.
Really?
Yeah, for the rest of the season, for whatever,
But they won. Was it a close game?
Yeah, it was a 2-point game. So, yeah, it was close. It was really close. And then my foster son at the very end, so there was like 10 seconds left, and the other team had the ball. They were driving, and my son just grabbed the ball from the guy and held it and fell on it. I'm like, that's the best thing you could have done. You won the game, like totally. And he was so happy.
How did they react after winning their only game of the year?
Bones, they acted like it was a Super Bowl. Like they jumped up and down. They yelled. I mean, it was unbelievable. We took them to Sonic afterwards. It was a big day.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
See, I thought that needed news.
It did.
There you go.
Love
Close it up.
Bobby's Big
Story.
Let me take this call from Dylan in North Dakota. Hello, Dylan. What's happening, bud?
Hey, Bobby. I'm just wondering about your show, Break It By Bones. I have Discovery Plus, and that has an Nat Geo. Is your show going to be on that app or no?
Well, Nat Geo is on Disney Plus, so it'll be on Disney Plus. My show starts May 31st, Memorial Day, and it'll be on Nat Geo, and then it will get put up on Disney Plus. So, because on the Disney Plus app, it is Marvel, Nat Geo, and then some. What are the other two?
Maybe Pixar.
What? Star Wars?
Star Wars, yeah.
And Pixar, maybe?
I think so.
Yeah. So it'll be up there on Disney Plus.
Okay, that's awesome. I can't wait to see that.
What's happening in North Dakota today, Dylan? How's it going over there?
-2, cold weather. Little to no snow, though.
I heard -2 and I stopped listening. I just didn't want to get sad again because we went through our cold. He said -2. I turned my ears down. Well, Dylan, I appreciate you calling, man. I hope you have a great day.
Yeah, you too, Bobby. Love your show.
Thank you, bud. Talk to you soon, hopefully.
Stay warm.
We got out on the basketball court a little bit yesterday. It was like 58, 59. We went out and
Oh,
shot.
it was a great day. Yes.
It's still wet, but we shot a little bit, and I felt like I was.
Feel good?
Yeah, well, it's the first time it's been freezing cold, like since like last October or so. We haven't been on the basketball court at all.
Yeah, in the neighborhood, you start seeing people come out of their houses like, oh, hey, look, everyone's
Today's
still
March
here.
1st, baby. Let's go. It's springtime.
I know. Some of the kids, I'm like, well, they grew.
That's funny.
Like in my neighborhood.
Not this weekend, but next. I think we set our clocks forward as well.
Already?
Uh-huh.
So soon?
Short.
What do you mean so soon? We've been living on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't
sun's been
realize.
going
I
down
also-
at noon.
Yeah, I couldn't remember when in March that happens.
Except for we lose that hour of sleep. Oh.
Not this weekend, but next weekend.
Gotcha.
We do it. Hit us up if you want, guys. Love to talk to you. We have Arkansas Keith coming up in a little bit after his 4-day stay with me out here. He's back in Arkansas. But we'll talk to him. First, let's play Nico Moon. This is a good time. Bobby Bone Show. Things coming up. We'll talk to Arkansas Keith, my old stepdad, who was in town for 4 days, 3 or 4 days hanging out. So we'll get his take on the weekend. Well, what did he do that was a lot of fun? What did he do that wasn't a lot of fun? So we'll hear from him. Him and Eddie are like BFFs now.
Love that dude.
So that happened. Eddie ate something over the weekend that was,
boy.
did you see it?
Yes.
Shocking.
Yeah.
So we'll talk about that. And then Raymundo did the polar plunge. He lost the bet. So we have some audio of that. They called him the wrong name.
Oh, yeah.
I saw that.
That's hilarious.
We got a lot to get to and your calls. If you have a question or comment for the show, 877-77-BOBBY. Arkansas Keith is on the phone. He came and stayed in Nashville for a few days. First time he had been here, I guess, since he was 5 or 6 years old. But really, the first time he had been here. And so he drove up, stayed a few nights. We did a lot of stuff, but he's on the phone right now. Hey, how are you?
Good. How you doing?
Doing pretty good. Let's see. We should talk about your time in Nashville. Amy, I'll let you. You have any questions for Keith? I just spent the last few days with him.
Yeah, Keith, sometimes when we're sitting around the dinner table at home, I ask my kids, like, high, low. Like, what's the best part of your day? What was the worst part of your day? So I want at least your high for sure, from like, what was the best part of your trip down here?
It was all good.
Well, come on, Keith.
I mean, there's no low. There was no low. I was on a high the whole time.
Right, but if you had to pick your favorite moment, like what was the coolest thing that you did with Bobby?
Oh, man, I don't know. It was pretty cool sitting in the theater at home watching his show. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, I showed him
I would say that.
6 episodes of Breaking Bobby Bones. And you said it was good, huh?
Yeah, I loved it, man. I liked it. And the theater, what can I say? That was pretty cool. It was all cool, though. I mean, it's just everything. I mean, I'm speechless, to tell you the truth.
Aww.
I
I'm
think
not a big city boy,
his worst would probably be driving up here. He got stuck behind an accident for like 3 hours on the interstate. If I were to assign a worst, he's supposed to get in at like 4 that day, but he got in at like 8 o'clock because I guess there was a wreck. And he tried every way to get around it. He's like, I'll just go off this off-road. I'll hit this dirt road. And then he's like, well, back where I started.
Oh, no.
Actually, 2 wrecks, so.
What'd you tell your friends when you got home? What'd you tell your friends about the trip?
Everything, man. I mean, I was just, I just couldn't believe it, man. The home you live in, your home, and Nashville, Grand Ole Opera, and I really enjoyed, the Hall of Fame. That was pretty cool too.
We went to the Country Music Hall of Fame and showed him around there. And then I work at the Opry, so I called him. I was like, hey, can I bring my stepdad to come check out the Opry? And they're like, yeah, sure. So we didn't get one of their guides. I guided because I know basically everything about that building anyway. And so I showed him all the dressing rooms, took him on stage, walked him through. It was pretty cool. So awesome. If you love country music, like, we got to do cool stuff because, I work in country music. And for me, like the old part of country music is my favorite part of it. So I have all those relationships, so we got to do that. And we had dinner a couple nights. We never went out. We ordered in every night. We just kind of stayed at the house. Yeah.
Keith, what did you think? I mean, that's the first time you've been around Bobby and Caitlin that long like that. What did you think about Caitlin and Bobby about to get married?
Oh, they're cool. They're cool. A lot of smiles, Yeah, I spent a lot of time with Caitlin alone, too, in the morning. Sometimes we go have breakfast. So it was cool. I enjoyed it. It was a great time. Great time.
I would do the show, and Keith and Caitlin would go have breakfast every morning. So then I would get home, and then I would take the handoff for a little bit of the day. Then we'd all get back together at night. And so him and Eddie and Keith became best buds.
Oh, yeah, we text all the time.
You text now?
I was about to text him right now, like, good luck, don't screw up on the radio, but it was too late.
What'd you think about Eddie, Keith?
It's cool, man. We're going to be buds. I can see it coming. We're buds.
Hey, and I love Keith.
I'm going to be sending him a lot of fishing pictures, man. I'm sending you some pictures of some big old bass and walleye catch.
We did talk a lot about fishing, but now every time the Hogs play, he sends me a score update, and then he ends the text with "Go Hogs." So I love it. I'm expecting that every single game.
We watched a lot of basketball and a lot of baseball. We watched every baseball game for the weekend they played Southeast Missouri, and then we watch all the basketball games.
That's great.
So, well, all right. Anything else you'd like to mention from the trip?
I had fun going and getting the suits, too. That was a blast.
That's right.
Getting measured.
Yeah, I got dressed up for the wedding. Do you
cool.
own a suit?
I do, yeah. I hadn't worn it in quite a while. I do have a suit.
When's the last time you put on a suit?
Oh, probably 5 years ago or 6. I couldn't tell you, man. It's been a long time ago. So I don't think my suit fits me very well now.
Well, it was good to see you. Glad you came to
town.
It
was a blast, man. I tell you, it was a real good time.
What are you doing today?
Oh, back to work today, man. First day back.
So what will you do on your job today?
I'm going to go put out some trash cans.
At the park?
The park's opening back up today, so we're going to have to put the trash cans back out. So that's my thing today, go put out trash cans. We'll be placing them all over in different parks, We pick them up, and then we put them back out.
So
the parks are opening back up starting today.
Is there like a park truck, and you load it full of trash cans, you drive all around, like a park, multiple parks?
Multiple parks today, yeah. we're driving around in the truck. I'll be driving the truck, and I got my sidekick here with me. We'll be putting out trash cans. That's the thing for today.
All right. Well, good to talk to you. Glad you had a good time.
Yeah, it was fun, man. I enjoyed the car too. The Tesla, that was too cool, man.
And then
that car, you know?
he listened to Creedence Clearwater Revival in the house up
jukebox?
loud the whole time. Is the whole thing. All right. See you later. Talk to you soon.
All right, be good.
All right. Bye-bye.
Later.
There he is. It was good. Listen, he was always like, how far do you live? Can I get there in a day? And I was like, it's about 6 hours. Just come on. We drive to Arkansas all the time. And so he finally came, and then on the way back home, he's like, that wasn't so bad. I'm going to come back soon. We're like, come on. You come and stay whenever you want.
Cool.
That's awesome.
So it was good. Let's play Blake and Gwen, Happy Anywhere, Bobby Bones Show. He ate something, and we were like, he's not going to do it. And he did it, and we were all shocked. We'll talk about that coming up in a second. Raymundo's Polar Plunge. Did he do it? Well, I'll tell you this. He did, but they called him the wrong name when he did it. We'll play that, too. And your calls, 877-77-BOBBY. Back in a second. International Women's Day is in 1 week. So what we're going to do here on the show, I'm going to assign everybody a report. You have a 90-second presentation of an inspiring woman through history.
Whoa.
Okay.
So we're doing a lot of stuff on next Monday, a week from today, for International Women's Day. But one of them will be your 90-second report.
And do we pick just anyone?
That's what I was about to ask you. Do we have to get it approved?
It can be any female, celeb, historical figure, musician, entrepreneur.
Nice.
It really can be anybody, but I'd still like for you to go through approval through Mike D, just in case. I feel like there's no one we're going to say no to.
Okay.
But there's certain folks in here that may, decide to do something dirty. Let's do their favorite star. No, we're just going, that's what it's going to be. Okay, so next Monday. What are you handing me here?
Is that breaking news?
Thank you. No, Scuba Steve came running in like news was happening.
Yeah, Walter Cronkite over here.
This just in. Raymundo dominated the polar plunge this weekend. Last week, Ray lost a bet and had to go do the polar plunge. Here is Raymundo explaining what he's wearing and his plan for the jump.
All right, what up? It is Sizzin. I'm at Nissan Stadium. It's 60 degrees out, kind of balmy. The water, I'm being told, is like 20 degrees. There's practically ice on it. It's like a pool. A little bit nervous. I got a polar bear jammy on, and then I'm going to derobe that and wear some swim trunks. I'm going to try and do a backflip. They're going to be pissed, though. All right, I'm about to do this.
Where'd you get the jammy?
Wife came up with it. She said it'll be cute because the theme of it was polar bear, so I was dressed as a polar bear.
Yeah, it looked great.
Yep.
And
she killed it.
Here is the MC introing Raymundo, but he says his name wrong.
What's your name?
Bobby Bone Show, Raymundo.
Oh, Raymundo.
Yeah.
All right, next we have Raymundo, the Bobby Bone Show. It's going to take him a second. He's going to strip down. You know, a brave man would jump in with a dog.
It's my wife's jammies, so she's like, don't go in with it.
Yeah, and I want to hear you guys go crazy. We're doing audio and stuff, so let's go. We'll do a 3, 2, 1. Let's go. All right, let's hear it for Raymundo from the Bobby Bone Show. Let's count him down. 3, 2, 1. Let's plunge.
He did a backflip.
Yes, he did.
In a crazily athletic move, Raymundo did a backflip.
And they
I had
said
to
no
pull it out.
flips.
It was a pretty slow event. I was like, I really need to bring it right now. Even though they said not to do it, I did it.
Here's Raymundo talking about it at the end.
Scissor Raymundo here, just dominated the polar plunge. It was a lot colder than I thought. When I first went into the water, there was a small amount of ice glaciers on it. They told me not to do a backflip. I did a backflip. They're a little pissed. But it's for the Special Olympics. We raised a bunch of money, $600. But seriously, we got to go, though. The guy's like really pissed at me.
Nice job, Raymundo.
Yeah.
Or what did that guy say? How was he saying his name?
Raymundo.
Let's go over to Ricky in Georgia. Ricky, how are you?
Good morning, studio.
Morning.
Bobby, I just want to ask how your dogs are doing together since they had a little training.
They're doing okay. It's a slow process. Here's the issue. Whenever Eller, the dog we adopted, because she was basically right off the street, she was a bit aggressive at everything because that's how she was born and raised. She had to fight for stuff on the street, right? So when she comes to the house, she's like, I still got to fight for everything. She's gotten better, but Stanley, the bulldog, doesn't realize that once he comes inside with her, she doesn't want to play anymore. So they'll be outside in the yard playing hard. They get along great outside. But they come in, Stanley's still ready to go, and he will rocket her, boom. And then, so they just have different, love languages. And so at times inside, they will get into it bad. Sometimes blood. But it's getting better. We're like 80% better right now. She still has resource guarding, which means anything she has, she's just used to people taking it away from her. So once she has something, Stanley can't go get it, even if she takes something of his. Like if he tries to go back and get it back, she will rip his face off. Mostly, she's wonderful. She just has those little things that she's trying to shake from being a dog pulled off the street. We're getting there. I think in 6 months, I'm going to be like, this is the greatest, but I think Caitlin's exhausted because I leave and come to work, and she's home, working from home, but she's still got 2 dogs. She's got to watch from in both directions. But they're doing pretty good, Ricky. I appreciate that call.
All right, thank you. I love y'all show.
Appreciate that. Thank you. Let me tell you about Caitlin for a second. So just the best heart. And so her and Arkansas Keith go out to breakfast at a place called the Pancake Pantry here in town. And they're there and they're eating, and she's got to find a way to entertain him while I'm at work. And so they were doing a lot of the local spots. And so they go, and she comes back. She goes, hey, I met this girl at the restaurant. She came in and she was really upset. She was crying. She sat down beside us. She dropped her cell phone. Well, Arkansas Keith is like, hey, ma'am, you dropped your cell phone. Do you need some help? She's like, I'm sorry. I just had a bad day. Caitlin's like, okay, well, is there anything we can help with? They don't know this person, right? She's just sitting next to them in the restaurant. And the woman's like, she had some personal stuff. Her husband's sick, etc. They had to drive in just because he was sick from another town a couple hours away. And Caitlin's like, oh, no. She's like, I don't know anybody here. Caitlin comes home and tells me the story. She goes, we met this person. She goes, and I got her cell phone number. She thought I was psycho. Because I was like, give me your cell phone number because if you need anything, I'm going to text you my number and you text me. So Caitlin gets her cell phone number. And it's like 1 o'clock in the daytime. And she's like, all right, we need to do something for her. I'm like, great, do something. Let's go. I didn't meet her. I don't know anything about her, but I'm happy to support you. So that woman came over to the house and had dinner with us.
Excuse me?
Saturday.
Really?
You had some... Hold on.
So me, Caitlin,
What?
Arkansas Keith, and the woman that she met at Pancake Pantry, we ordered Mexican food or pizza. I think we had pizza.
Whichever. You had a big competition.
Yeah, maybe that night was fajitas. I think we had fajitas, and yeah, she came over and had dinner at the house with us.
Some lady she just met at a restaurant. You invited her into your home.
We did.
That
She was there for a couple hours. We ate, hung out.
bananas. Like, I understand maybe sending her a pizza to wherever she's staying, but saying, hey, come into my home and sit around my dinner table? Wow.
Yeah, no, I mean, there was a time, I guess I was talking to y'all before it happened, and I'm like, okay, well, call me later, because I don't know if y'all are going to die tonight.
Yeah, so Amy texted me at like 1 in the morning. She's like, did you guys get murdered? It's great.
Like, yes, it was great. I know, but you have gotten on to me multiple times for doing anything crazy. And I get, yes, Caitlin's heart is big, but like, how were you, like, you're supposed to be the one, like, my husband's the yin to the yang. That's like, like, hey, whoa, pump the brakes, can't do that. And I get that everything turned out fine.
Yeah.
But I don't know that it'll always be that way.
I trusted her instinct. I said, hey, if it were me, I wouldn't be inviting anybody in randomly. We'd do something for them.
Yeah.
I said, but if you trust it, I'm here to support you. And so ordered a bunch of food. We sat around the table, talked for a couple hours.
And thankfully,
She's dealing with a lot.
Yeah.
She was happy that she had some people reach out and be friends.
No, what a blessing. It's huge. Like, I love that it worked out. We got to be, I've even learned over the years, we have to be careful.
I'm going to tell you, yes, true. But she's got sometimes such a big heart that we went into, it was like snowy, sleety a couple weeks ago, and we're pulling in, and there's a woman standing out with a sign in the sleet. And she was like, hey, if you could give me anything. So I gave her some money. And she says, hey, it's my birthday. And I was like, oh, well, happy birthday. Hope, you get enough money to go get some food or, whatever your goal is. And so we go into the grocery store to get some groceries quick because, again, everybody's battling for groceries. And Caitlin's like, I can't stop thinking that it was that girl's birthday. So she goes and we get these big thing of cupcakes and a birthday card and a pen. And she writes this note to her and was like, hey, I know it was your birthday. I know this is the birthday that you wanted to have. But we got you some cupcakes and a card anyway. So we got back in the truck and drove around and looked for her. We sadly never found her. So Eddie ended up getting the cupcakes.
I did. Thank you for that.
But
not my birthday.
My point is, like, she couldn't stop thinking about it. Once when COVID first hit, everybody was shut down and everybody went in their houses. There were a lot of homeless people that depend on people giving to them out on the street in a way. So she was like, we can't do this. So we made all these bags. She went to the store, got all these bags, made all these gift bags, and we took them out and just gave them to homeless people all around town. So at times I go, we might get stabbed by someone coming to our house. However, I'm going to trust you because this is what we do now.
Yes.
But yeah, it was really good.
I know. I'm glad it worked out.
Me too.
Yes.
And I knew immediately it was going to work out, by the way. I didn't know all leading up to it. I don't have many people at my house just because I'm pretty introverted anyway. I'm not doing the show, especially people I don't know. And I've been robbed. I've been jumped. You name it, it's happened to me. But as soon as she got to the house, I was like, oh yeah, she's normal. She's like one of us. So it's great.
I love it. If anything, I love the cupcake story too. And not that that's not something you planned on telling on air. I guess it just kind of came up here, but I think that's
Did you know
good
that story?
I did.
Oh.
From I think because Eddie got
I mean,
the
it happened a few weeks ago.
Eddie got the cupcakes.
It's not something we talked about on air, but I think that that's a reminder to people of to just think of those that are out there. I think she was having a birthday. That's not probably how she planned on spending her birthday. We don't know her circumstances, but just being considerate and thoughtful of where people are at and meeting them there. And yeah, if you're at the store and it's close by, then why not do something special? And not that that's going to be every case of the homeless person you run into, but just hearing some of their story.
Speaking of Eddie, he ate a whole ball of wasabi over the weekend.
Not voluntarily, but yeah.
Well, we went to lunch. Me, Caitlin, Arkansas, Keith, and Eddie. And, I mean, it was a pretty big ball. I mean, think of a quarter and think of that as a ball.
There you go.
And we play What Are the Odds sometimes, where if you play What Are the Odds, we say the same number. You go 1, 2, 3, and you both say a number. And so Caitlin had told me she was going to say number 3, but I can't control Eddie.
No, it was just a random number I thought of.
She was like, I'm going to say 3. And so I go 1, 2, 3. She said 3, and Eddie goes 3 at the same time. So
which means I have to eat the wasabi.
Eddie had to eat the wasabi ball. We have clips of this, right? I'll play this for you. So here you go. Here is the audio of them doing the guess first.
All right, here we go. Ready? Yep. What are the odds, Eddie? You good?
Yep.
1, 2, 3.
3.
So, do you understand the game, right? Because people were like, Caitlin showed you her number. That's cheating.
There's
I
no
can't make
cheating.
Eddie pick a number.
No.
Yeah.
She showed me to go, I've got Eddie figured out. I'm going to pick 3.
And plus, there's no cheating. I don't want to pick the number.
Right.
Like, so even if I knew, I just didn't, I don't want to know the number. I didn't want to pick 3.
And here is Eddie eating the ball of wasabi.
1, 2, 3.
Eddie, please drink this. No, please.
Drink some water, man. You can do it. Really, keep drinking water. Keep drinking water.
I can't even breathe. Like it's burning my nose, dude. Gone.
You can see the whole video at on my Instagram, Mr. Bobby Bones.
Have you recovered?
No, yeah. It wasn't, taking it down wasn't too bad because I didn't really bite it. I just swallowed the whole thing. But man, as soon as I swallowed it, it was like a ball of fire going out my nose. And then everything was okay till about 2 hours later. Ooh, bones.
Oh, really?
Bad times. It was bubbling and burping and my stomach was rejecting it.
Were you
100%.
burping out the hot?
It was burping something. It was just like something wants to come up or either go down. It couldn't decide. And then about 45 minutes of that, it was gone. That's it.
Well, you did it.
I did it, man.
You did it. Yeah,
Good
yeah,
job.
you did it.
You know what helped me get through is you guys kept saying hey, this is a good cleanse for your body. I know you're probably lying to me.
Yeah, I was just saying whatever it took.
I was like, yeah, cleanse.
You guys hit us up, 877-77-Bobby.